there is a softer way to live. Not a life without responsibility, not a life without ambition, but a life that no longer mistakes exhaustion for meaning. Somewhere along the way, many of us learn to live with constant urgency. We rush through mornings, carry tension in our bodies, answer every notification immediately, feel guilty when resting, and after a while, the nervous system forgets what peace even feels like. The mind stays busy even in silence. The body remains tense even while sitting still. And the soul quietly becomes tired in ways that are difficult to explain. Maybe you have felt it too. Maybe you have felt the pressure to constantly keep up, to do more, become more, prove more. The world moves quickly now. There is always more noise, more pressure, more comparison, more urgency pulling at our attention. Even rest has become something people try to optimize. And somewhere in the middle of all the noise, many people have forgotten how to simply exist peacefully. Not for productivity, not for achievement, not to impress anyone, just to exist. But there is a softer way to live, a quieter rhythm, a gentler pace that still allows life to be meaningful without constantly feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes healing does not begin with changing your entire life overnight. Sometimes it begins with very small things: drinking your coffee more slowly, taking a walk without rushing, listening to birds in the morning, watching the sunlight enter the room, allowing yourself one quiet moment before reaching for your phone. Small moments, but small moments have the power to reconnect us to ourselves. There is something deeply human about slowing down enough to notice life again. The sound of water flowing nearby, rain against a window, the wind moving through trees, footsteps along a quiet street. These things seem ordinary, but perhaps they only seem ordinary because we have forgotten how to pay attention. Life is happening inside these moments too, not only inside milestones, not only inside achievements. Some of the most meaningful parts of life are quiet. A peaceful morning, a deep breath after sadness, a calm conversation, a moment where your thoughts finally become still. These moments matter, and perhaps the soul has been asking for this softness all along. Not laziness, not escape, just softness. Because living harshly with ourselves for years eventually leaves marks we cannot always see. The constant self criticism, the pressure, the rushing, the feeling that who we are today is never enough. It becomes exhausting. There are people who have not truly rested in years, not physically, but emotionally. Their minds are always carrying something, always preparing, always worrying, always bracing for what comes next. And eventually, even beautiful things become difficult to enjoy because the nervous system never fully relaxes. But healing often enters quietly, not dramatically, quietly, like sunlight entering a room in the morning, like birds singing before the city wakes up, like realizing you no longer need to rush through every moment of your life. A softer life may look impressive to everyone. Some people will not understand it. They may think slowing down means you lack ambition, but there is wisdom in no longer sacrificing your peace just to keep pace with a world that never stops asking for more. There is courage in gentleness, courage in protecting your peace, courage in resting, courage in saying no to constant pressure. A softer way to live means learning that your worth is not measured by how exhausted you are. You do not need to earn rest by completely draining yourself first. You are allowed to pause, allowed to breathe, allowed to move through life with more care toward yourself. Sometimes we speak to ourselves more harshly than we would ever speak to someone we love. We rush ourselves, judge ourselves, punish ourselves for being human. But healing may begin the moment we stop treating ourselves like machines. Living things need care. They need rest, stillness, sunlight, space, quiet. A tree does not rush to grow. The ocean does not apologize for moving slowly. The sunrise does not compete with the sunset. Nature moves gently, and perhaps we were never meant to live so disconnected from that rhythm. Maybe that is why moments in nature feel healing to us. The sound of flowing water, birds in the distance, rain against earth. These sounds remind the body that life does not always have to feel loud, that silence can also hold beauty. Maybe a softer life means allowing more room for stillness, more room for reflection, more room for rest, more room for mornings that are not rushed. Maybe it means spending less time trying to become everything for everyone and more time returning home to yourself, because peace is not always found in escaping life. Sometimes peace is found in finally slowing down enough to fully arrive inside it, to notice the warmth of sunlight, to hear your own footsteps, to sit beside flowing water and realize this moment is already enough. You do not need to have everything figured out today. You do not need to carry the entire future tonight. For now, let yourself breathe. Let the birds sing in the background. Let the water continue flowing. Let this moment soften you a little. There is still beauty here, still peace available to you. And no matter how loud the world becomes, there will always remain another way to live, a quieter way, a gentler way, a softer way to live. Take what you need and leave what you don't. The Unhurried Soul.